All right, welcome to step 2. In the next step, we are going to color drop. So for every color, you're going to need a new layer. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to turn reference on my first layer and then come up to my empty layer. And if it's easier for you, you can always put the color layer on top of the layer that you're working on. We don't want to merge these together because we're going to do something a little different this time. But so anyway, so I'm on layer 1. I've got the reference turned on. I put a layer above it, and now I'm going to color drop. And so that is my border. And I am going to do like an orangish color for the corners. And then I'm going to add another layer. And I'm going to do a purple color for the border. And then I have the background back here. And for that one, I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to do a blue. And put that in the background here. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my next layer here, and this layer is going to be the items over here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign to add a layer, and I am going to color drop, and I'll start with, let's see, I'll make a brown. So go to the orange and come down here to a brown color. Oh, I got to make sure my reference is turned on. Turn on reference. And go back to my empty layer there to do my brown. And I also want this to be brown. Okay, then I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to change my color to red. Then I'm also going to do red here. Then I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to choose blue here, and one more layer, and I'm going to choose yellow for there. And I think I'm going to do pink down here at the bottom. So I'm going to choose pink. And I need to do the brushes. And for the brushes, I'm going to use a gray color. So I'm just going to come over here. And I'm also going to do gray for this little silver piece down here on the brush. In fact, I may just do a little darker gray for that one. Okay, and then I still have this little piece right here, so I'm going to go back to the brown here. I'm going to color pick it, and then I'm going to make this a little darker. Okay. Then I'm going to move over here. So here's my colors. I'm going to go up to my next layer. I'm going to turn, because that layer is the word art here, and I'm going to turn on reference for that, add a layer, and choose a color. Add another layer, go to red, and then one more layer, and then go to yellow. Okay, so now I have all of my color chosen, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to add a texture to the borders and the background. So I'm going to come down here to my yellow, and I'm going to add a layer and clipping mask. I'm going to choose a texture, and I'm going to go to We as Brushes, And I'm going to choose, I don't know, I'll do the crosshatch. And then I'm going to change the color to orange. And then do the crosshatch. And I think I'm going to keep the crosshatch too, because for the purple, I'm going to add a layer, turn on clipping mask. So for the purple, I think I'm going to use pink. And I'm going to do crosshatch for that. This is looking pretty cool. Okay, and then I'm going to add a texture in the background. I'm trying to think of, let's see. I'm going to add a layer, clipping mask, and then I'm trying to remember this one that my student showed me. Oh, wait. Favorite, here it is. The Storm Bay. I love it. Okay, and for that one, you don't really have to change the color or anything. You just kind of tap the screen and look how crazy it gets. Pretty cool, huh? That's a little too bright for me, so let me see if I undo this. Turn down the opacity a little bit and maybe turn this up. That's really, really bright pink. Let me try the blue. See what it'll do with the blue. So I'm just gonna experiment. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, that I like. All right, that looks pretty cool. Now for the items here, I am going to, I can either at this point go in and add the shading for each one. And so I'm going to do that and then come right back. And you want to make the shading a little bit darker. And I'm going to use, let's see, airbrushing, and I'm going to use the soft airbrush. And just kind of go around like that to add a little bit of shading. Okay, and I think I'm going to do that with all of these. So here's the red. Go a little darker. Oh, the brush is too big. Oh, I forgot to do my clipping mask. I need to lower this. And just come in right here like that. And let's see, we'll keep going. Clipping mask. Go a little darker. And just go along the edge there. And just work my way up. Color pick the yellow. Make it a little darker. Go in and add the shadow. Okay, and I'm just working my way up. Pink. And we'll do clipping mask. And I'm going to come in here and add the shading here. Go along the edge. All right. Then we have the gray here. And I'm just going to touch that and go in and add the shading right down here along the edge, like that. And go a little darker and then go along the edge here. It's looking really, really nice. Now we're going to keep working our way up. Go to the oops, get rid of this. Turn on clipping mask, choose the color or color pick, make it a little darker, and then just go along the edge. Okay, and one more here. And we're going to go just a tad darker. So once you have everything colored and shaded, now what you're going to do is you're going to save it as a Procreate file. We're not done with it yet. Save it as a Procreate file and get ready for the next step.